bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also
No, they can't. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'll start the video now as well. It is recording. There's a recording in progress. Oh, Paul, I can see that Paul's here as well. Hi, good morning, Paul. I'll introduce you in a moment. It's brilliant to see you here. So let's just tell you who's here in this room, because I'm not on my own. Oh, do you know what? It's blurred. Now that's unprofessional, isn't it, guys, already? So I'll get rid of my blur my background. There we go. Hi. So we've got the Year 6 team here. We've got Paul Wilcox here from Outdoor Adventurers as well, which is fantastic. Just a few bits of housekeeping before we start. Obviously, if there's any questions, if you could withhold them until the end, and then we can sort them out there as well. Just if you've got any criticisms or anything like that, just be kind with the criticisms. We are people after all, and we've absolutely tried our best to make sure that these 3 days are going to be actually life-changing for the whole of the Year 6 children that are going to be involved. So I know you'll have loads of burning questions. We'll go through them as best as possible. And like I said, if there are any questions, write them down, and then we'll go through them all at the end. Also, if this does knock us off after 45 minutes, just rejoin the meeting again, because this is a Zoom account of schools, so it only allows us 45 minutes. But I think that's it. And I think we're ready to go. Paul, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Paul. I run We Are Adventurers, and I'll be the lead instructor for the camp for the 2 days while the children are on the site and the overnight camp. And I'll be joined with 3 of my instructors. I've been running We Are Adventurers for 10 years, and this is something we do all the time. The photo you currently see is one of our camps. I was running a camp last Friday for 60 children, Year 3 children they were, and we had an amazing time, even though we got soaking wet. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think we'll have an amazing few days with the children. So, but any questions, please, whatever they are, there's no such thing as a silly question. Someone will be thinking it. All right.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Those questions will probably be from us as well. So I'll start with day 1, which will be the Wednesday, the 19th of July. Paul, if I miss anything out, because this is a lot to do with you as well, just interject at any point, it's not a problem. So on day 1, which is the actual sleepover night as well, so Wednesday night will be the sleepover, The outdoors activities will be done with Paul and his team, but we'll have all of the year 6 team there as well with all the teaching assistants. So they'll all be on site. So things that will be happening on that day, archery, team building, skills, bushcraft, lots of different things like that. But it'll be the night that you've probably got the most questions about. And on that night, the children will sleep over in the tents provided by the outdoor team. So basically, on that night, we will have Paul's team there. He's already told you about how many people will be there. And we'll also have the minimum of 10. There's possibly going to be 12 members of Kings Road staff sleeping over as well. So there'll be a lot of staff on site. We'll be using the facilities. We've got the outdoor facilities that we can use. Like I said, Paul will have the tent. We'll just ask the children at this point to kind of bring in either a sleeping bag or a quilt, a cushion, their teddy, but definitely no electronical devices, no phones or anything like that. And you have to get used to that going into Key Stage 3 when they go on residentials. Phones do not make things better. I'm a parent myself, phones make things worse in terms of the children ring you and hear your voice. Because they will be a bit jittery about staying over when we get back. But to do that, it'll actually make their anxiety worse. So we're not going to allow any of that. It's back to basics. It's enjoying, it's doing all these activities with Paul, things that some of them have never done before, and just enjoying the time that we're having together. Lots and lots of teamwork there. So the children will be fed by Paul. And they'll have lots of campfire activities as well. Hot chocolate, marshmallows will be provided, loads of fun all throughout the day and then up the night. All allergies will be taken into consideration. If you've got anything specific that you want to talk to one of the class teachers about, please do so. Night clothes. In terms of, it does drop in temperature at night. We have got a massive field, so layering is better. Paul, what do you think? Because you're a real expert at this.
Yeah, so to give you an example, last weekend, yeah, it was really wet. We got the children, we played activities, we went into the sports hall because it was so wet, went into the hall and did activities in there. But once the temperature does drop, we'll aim to get them in bed for 9:30, 10, and then so once they're in there, if they've got like the pajamas with a hoodie or jogging bottoms that they could put on if they're feeling cold, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, brilliant. Also make sure that obviously they've got the night clothes, but also a change of clothes for the following day, because they'll wake up with us if they sleep, which they will do. We'll all be on patrol. So make sure they've got clothes for the next day. So the clothes are, you know, tracksuit bottoms. It's basically sport clothes, leggings, layers like Paul just talked about, sun cream. If it's sunny, you know, just be proactive. Have a look at the weather report. If it's sunny, give them some sun cream. If you know it's going to be raining, obviously, you know, some. Why can't I think of the name? A raincoat, waterproof. That's the word I was looking for. So the next day they'll wake up and they'll have breakfast with us, and we'll get all, like I said, we'll get all that sorted. I'm just trying to think if I've missed anything out. There's medication, sun cream. Just be prepared in terms of stuff that they bring in. On the morning of the Wednesday, we'll put all of their stuff. Make sure it's all labelled, guys. Please make sure it's labelled. Don't buy any expensive stuff. Don't be listening to them saying that they need a designer hoodie to come. No, they're going to get dirty. They're going to get messy. So just label everything up, because they'll be unpacking themselves and packing themselves. We're trying to encourage independent skills as well. So I know, Paul, they'll be actually put up the tents as well, won't they?
Yeah, so they'll put up all the camp on Wednesday afternoon. They'll put up their own tents. We'll show them how to do it. And then on Thursday morning, they'll also break camp. So they'll need to put all the stuff away. They'll have to pack all their bags up. They'll put the sleeping bags away. They'll put the tents away, and it'd be like we've never been there. So it'd be very much their responsibility to keep their stuff together. So yeah, if it can all be labelled, that'd be amazing. Water bottles, send them with a water bottle. Another thing, if your child has an accident in the night, They can come and talk to any of the staff. We'll have members of the staff that will be awake all night, even if the children do go to sleep. So they can come and talk to us privately, and we can sort that out. We'll have spare sleeping bags for that occasion if it happens.
Fab. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. So that will be day one, going into day two, which you're going to start. Oh no, it's Laura. Sorry, Laura's now going to pick up day two, because day two, especially if the children on packed lunch, that's when it causes not an issue, but you'll have to sort of be proactively thinking about day two as well if your children are on packed lunch. If they're on dinners, it's fine. They're here. They'll just usually go to the dinner hall. But I'll pass you over to Miss Laura for a moment.
Is it just this one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I know sometimes,
There we go.
sometimes it doesn't.
There we go. Oh, lovely. So on day two, we've got lots of fun activities planned. Breakfast will be provided, so you don't need to, child doesn't need to come in. Breakfast will be provided by us, so you don't need to bring in breakfast. But lunch, your child will need to come into school with their packed lunch. If they're on a school dinner, this is fine. They'll have a normal school dinner. Just make sure that's ordered at the office, which I think has already been done by now. In terms of lunch, so if your child is bringing in a packed lunch, please make sure that it's got a clear label on with their name and their class. And then lunches will be all collected into my classroom, so 6LB. So we'll have 3 clear tables, 6LB, 6W, 6MB. For packed lunches, so just make sure their lunch goes to the right table. We don't want to mix up lunches. So there's no sleepover on the Thursday, so your child will need to be collected at normal time at 3:15. And again, just suitable clothing, so just check the weather, whether they'll need sun cream, hats, water bottles, a suitable coat. Is there anything else I've missed?
No, I think that's it. So over to day 3 now, which is Barlow.
Oh, this picture looks good. So day 3 is offsite. So this is the day where they're going to walk. So we'll walk to the venue, which is at Salford Quays. Going to walk there, take part in activities like paddleboarding, sailing, raft building. So it's actually at Salford Quays Water Centre. On that day, the children need to arrive no later than 8:30. So they need to be here a little bit before, because we need to be really ready to leave promptly. So 8:30. So again, just going back to weather, so we just need to make sure they're wearing clothing that is suitable for the day. So because we're going to be, oh, here we go, lots of things that we'll be doing there. Because we're going to be outdoors all day, if the weather picks up again before then, just make sure that you've put some cream on them in the morning. You can bring some along with them as well for the day to reapply. And again, if it's raining, it's still all going ahead. We just need to make sure we're wearing waterproofs, and so that we can stay as dry as possible, although they will be getting wet that day. Lots of, you can see on here, like the kayaking, paddle boarding, giant paddle boarding. It's going to be just amazing. With lots of emphasis on team building and the children sort of ready for high school. We are going to make, because we're walking there, we're obviously walking back, but they'll return in time for a 3:15 collection, so it'll just be as normal like any other school day to go back. So I'm going to read this one straight from the sheet, because this is to do with packed lunches. So they'll need a packed lunch for this day, so they'll just come in with that. But if you have already gone ahead on Evolve and ordered a meal for that day, they'll be cancelled and a refund will be given. So for the people who are bringing in a packed lunch, you just need to bring it in a disposable bag, so we can get rid of it once the children have eaten it, labelled with the name, so that they are aware which one's is theirs. Just the same as normal, no fizzy drinks, no glass bottles, no sweets, just a usual packed lunch that we usually do on a school trip. So if you would prefer, if your child's entitled to free school meals and you prefer a school lunch, then we can do that. But this is the bit I'm going to definitely read, so that you've got the exact. You need to indicate it when you're completing the Google form. So if you go if you head to the 21st of July on your child's Evolve account, and reorder your child's packed lunch, and then that option will be available to you if you are on free school meals. But if you normally pay for school meals, that's when you need to definitely bring packed lunch from home. Okay, so other than the packed lunch, you need to bring swimwear to wear, and they'll wear that underneath the provided wetsuit. So they'll also be covered completely with wetsuits on, but just to have swimwear underneath that as well. Change of clothes, maybe something quite warm like a fleece or a hoodie, in case because they will be getting wet, so it will be quite chilly no matter the weather, I think. A towel, plastic bag, and old shoes like trainers, not wellies or flip flops, anything like that. Just an old pair of trainers will be great. So if they get wet, then it won't be an issue. Okay.
Anne, sorry, additional consent will be sent out tomorrow for 6LB, 6W, but because of Salford Keys want an additional consent, we take that with us. And 6MBs will go out on Monday. So aside the forms that you've just done on Google, we need this additional consent because of it is water sports. Let's have a look. That's the end of our slideshow. So I'll stop sharing, and then you can see our faces, hopefully. We need widescreen panorama.
We do.
And we're ready for any questions. As you can see, honestly, a lot of time and effort has gone into planning this because we want it to be the best possible. There are probably things that we haven't thought about, but I think we've thought about absolutely everything. But I'm sure you're about to tell us if we haven't. And if you've got any questions, do not worry. Any question is welcome. No, don't worry.
I've got a question.
Oh, hiya.
Hi. Just the only thing was that they don't have to wear uniform at all, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No uniform.
No.
Okay.
No, as comfy as possible. So I know I'm ready to write down. I think as comfy as possible, sports gear. Is that okay? Thank you. Hi.
Hi. We know Sarah's condition, so she'll have her phone with her and a bedtime insulin, which I'll run through with you separately, if that's all right. Just a bit worried about.
Of course, yeah. Come and talk to us separately.
Yeah, and she's not
at all.
She's for the water activities. Sarah's not the strongest swimmer. Will she still be okay taking part in those?
Yeah, they wear buoyancy aids. Don't worry. And
Yeah.
Miss Barlow is like, you want to see her in the water. She's quite something. She's a weightlifter, you know. So don't worry. You could maybe show that later.
We'll make sure I'll message on Dojo. Maybe we can arrange a time that we could do.
Yeah, marshmallows. Yeah, honestly, I've worked here for 20 years. I definitely would not be giving out any marshmallows that are not halal. Do not worry about that. Everything is considered in terms of diet.
Brilliant, thank you.
No worries. Ella's mum.
Just wondering, will you send out the kit list and all the stuff on Dojo, just so we've got it written down what they need for each individual day, which day swimming stuff?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's already gone out in the original message with them. But yeah, don't worry about it. Honestly, it was a very long list, wasn't it? But we can absolutely hone that down to exactly what you need. That's not a problem.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks.
No worries. Thank you. Just want to see if anybody else got their hand up.
Can I just check? Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, of course.
Is that all right? So Dylan obviously won't be able, I don't think, to do any of the day 3, the paddleboarding and stuff.
Okay.
So can I take him out of school to do something different?
Yeah,
because he's not going to be able to do any bit of it, I don't think. And it would be, I was kind of thinking, would he be able to do, but there's the chance of falling or whatever.
I get it.
So I guess we'll probably have to not.
Yeah, do you know what? I can speak to the sports and I will speak to you. We'll honestly speak to you separately and see what we can see if there's anything else they can offer which wouldn't involve any risk to him.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. Is there anybody? Is a full sleeve swimsuit okay under a wetsuit? Yeah, absolutely. As long as the fins swimsuit. In fact, I think they've even mentioned that they can have like shorts and a t-shirt underneath. I think that the actual swimsuit the actual wetsuit will suck that all in. Swimsuit would be better, but yeah. Is there some? Oh yeah, hi Natalie.
Do they need them to bring a mattress for the tent?
Paul?
If you've got an inflatable mattress or not, the thin ones,
Yeah.
not like a deep one, that's fine. If you're a camper and they've got their own sleeping bag and they've got their own roll mat, bring it. I've got about 70 roll mats. So once that's how many I've got. So if people have got it, brilliant, bring it if they're used to sleeping on that one.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Natalie. Is there anyone else? Honestly, don't worry. Any questions, even if you've got them on Dojo and you want to do it later, it's not a problem. We're here to answer anything, put your minds at rest. Anybody? Oh, Natalie's hand's gone down now. Anybody else? No? I think that's it. Paul, are you okay to stay on in a minute?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's great. Right, everyone. Oh, thank you so much for coming. I'll stop the recording now. And I really do appreciate it. But like I said before,